What up, Mustang peoples? This is Next Gen Car Guys. We back. I know it's been a long time, but
It has been a minute, ain't it?
we kind of been busy.
So if it's a little windy, guys, I'm sorry. We're kind of standing out here in the yard today. But me and Craig's been kind of busy in the background, working a lot. Craig's been working a lot too. There's Shelby doing Shelby things again. He got a stick. He's got a stick. Anyway, oh, check out the Fox Body merch from Brutal. Yeah, I had to put that in there too, right? Anyway, guys, so kind of wanted to give you an update on Craig's car. So let me turn the camera around and get my face out of it and let you guys talk to Craig for a minute.
So a little bit of updates on the car. So we like 3 months ago we got another motor. It's 331 steel. Trying to get it running right. It did okay. I mean, it was having some issues, and we actually found out that it was the intake that was warped. So
what was wrong with the intake?
if you guys don't know, don't buy anything Speedmaster. I mean, Speedmaster is junk.
Right.
Matter of fact, my engine builder said it. He calls it Junkmaster. So.
Junkmaster.
So the intake was actually warped. So I don't know if it was from manufacturing or if it's where it had run on the car for a little while or what, but the front corner of the intake where the thermostat housing goes on was actually up higher than the rest of the intake, and it was causing a leak.
So you vacuum tested it, right? Or smoke tested it, and then that's how we found the gap under the intake.
I put a smoke machine on it and actually found smoke coming out from under the intake.
Right.
So we pulled the intake off of it. I ordered an Edelbrock intake put on it. Run much better. Still had a hesitation in it. We couldn't figure it out.
Didn't you have to go back through the valves again?
Well, I did, and I really didn't have to, because like I said, I talked to my engine builder yesterday, and he said I shouldn't have had to touch the valves, that a little bit of noise is actually normal, and they're actually louder, or they're not as loud as they sound.
Right.
Because the valve covers that I have are actually amplifying
the sound, right.
But anyway, we put the Edelbrock on it, and I actually went from a 650 carb to a 750 double pumper.
And tell them why.
A lot of people's gonna say, well, that's too big. Well, it's actually not. So
you're running what, 74s?
73 jets all the way around.
So, and the reason being is, so when he got it running or back together, so this is the second time it's been to the builder. He gets it back, puts it together, had a little stumble,
all the way
tip
through
in
the gears.
On every gear. So basically that means every time it
was lean. It was a lean stumble.
Yep. So he would go to shift into the next gear and go to get back on the throttle, just light acceleration, and it would stumble almost like it had a misfire.
I see a lot of people's gonna say, well, the accelerator pump needed adjusted.
They tried everything.
We had it adjusted just like Holly says, and still had it. We actually ended up ordering a set of 73 jets to go in the front. The 73s was already in the back. We went up 2 sizes because we had 71s. Went up to a 73 and it took all of it away. The only time it does it now is if it's cool in the morning. Like if it's 50 degrees or under, I mean, you can still tell it's there. But in weather like we have today, which is what, 80 degrees.
Today is about 83 degrees, and as you guys can see, it is lovely today.
And the car actually likes it. And most time, you know, the cooler the air, the better the carburetor runs.
Right.
But this one's the opposite for some reason. But anyway, so we ended up doing that, and then a couple other upgrades.
So you want to show them now, or you want to go under the engine bay first and show them the intake?
Oh, we show them everything else first.
Show them everything else? All right, so guys, hang on just a minute. Let me get the camera turned around.
So one of the first upgrades that I wanted was some 3-inch tailpipes. And they're a little dirty again already, even though I just washed them. But 3-inch tailpipes by Pipes is the brand. I've always wanted 3-inch tailpipes on this car, and I finally got them. And I ordered the Pipes ones because I didn't like the Flowmaster, how it's got the stainless and then it's got the seam that you can see, the wheel seam.
And then these are the ones that actually have where they come down low and then wrap around. So that's for clearance.
The wheel and the gas tank.
The last one he had, or last set he had, actually rubbed the inside of the tire. So. And then show them what your newest upgrade is.
So then I got me some new wheels.
And check them bad boys out.
I got some 18-inch Salines.
Replicas.
From LMR. And I've always wanted 18s on this car. And these are the only ones they offer in 4-lug. So I decided I'd go with them. The gunmetal. I think the gunmetal is going to look good when the car gets painted. So that's the reason for the gunmetal.
So look at that, guys. Even multicolored, that car looks good.
And see, that's okay. So everybody asks me all the time, when you gonna paint the car, Craig? You gonna give me $8,000? I mean,
So in retrospect, multicolored car isn't so bad, is it?
no.
No. Hey, pop the hood.
Pop the hood.
Pop the hood.
Pop the hood.
2JZ, no, I'm just kidding.
331.
So, check it out, guys.
It's a little dirty.
It's a little dirty, but it looks good. Whoa, you wasn't kidding. The clearance on that is like...
Yeah, it's close.
Oh my God. It fits.
Barely.
If it fits, it ships.
It's got like maybe two or 3,000.
So that's the... Which Edelbrock intake is this?
Oh, it's actually air gap. I
Air
can't
gap?
remember the part number. It's 7 something 21. I don't know.
Okay.
I had to look it up.
So much better performance.
So I've actually got a story about the wing nut here.
Oh God.
So one day we were messing with the carburetor. I had the filter off of it, had the wing nut off of it. I laid the wing nut on the battery, right?
Right.
We went to go for a test drive. This is actually the night that I put bigger jets in it. Went to go on a test drive. I left the filter off of it. I left the wing nut on the battery and I forgot about it. Shut the hood. Take off down the road and you hear something go, "Pow!" up under the car.
Oh no.
I get back, no wing nut.
No wing nut.
So I had to order another one.
Oh, that's a new wing nut. Dang it. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
So, and then, so anything else interior-wise that you done or anything? So, I mean, I think you cleaned it up
It's a little dirty.
Yeah.
Don't mind the dirtiness.
So,
It's been a daily driver
give
for
you guys
a week.
and I think we showed them your gauges, didn't we?
Yeah.
So,
We showed them the
I'll walk
gauges.
around and get you guys a good
Issues.
shot of that. So, this is what Craig gets to look out of every day. Check that out, guys. That's awesome.
Of course, I got the AFR gauge up here on the pillar. This thing right here has been a lifesaver, the AFR gauge.
And then, of course, the speedo is the GPS
Yes, there's a GPS box
sensor
right
up there in the window. So, are you going to do a rear seat delete?
It is rear seat deleted.
I'm talking about like you're going to buy the kit to cover up all the stuff, or you're just going to leave
Maybe
the back seat out
eventually,
of it?
because I mean that's like $600.
Everything's so expensive.
It's a Fox body. What do you expect?
Fast body. Oh, there's Miles, guys. He's hanging out trying to be a car guy today, or he is a car guy. He just
Car boy.
car boy.
Yeah.
How are you liking it since it's been back on the road? So how long have you had it now? About 3 weeks back together?
No, it's been longer than that. It's been a couple months.
It's been that long now?
But I've
Well,
just,
actually driving
driving it,
decent?
yeah, about 3-ish, 4-ish weeks a month.
Okay.
But I have to say this motor is a lot stronger than the first one.
Is it?
Way stronger than the first one.
So that means it was put together correctly then?
This time, yes.
Yeah.
The first time, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that. So, yeah, Shelby,
Shelby's trying to look in the engine bay. He's trying to judge my work.
I'm trying to judge your work. Oh. Looks pretty good. Look at Shelby. Hey, don't you pee on Craig's car.
You better not.
Better
you
not.
upside the head. But anyway,
So,
that's about all the updates on the Fox body. I mean,
there's a shadow to something
yeah.
sitting here.
Yeah. You can't know what it is yet.
Should we show them what it is?
Sure.
So I kind of did a thing, and yeah.
I'll let.
All right, guys. So I've been plagued over the last little bit with bad luck. So Craig did some trading on a Fox body, and I bought the car. Well, we did some trading, and I gave him a little money on the Fox body. We ended up doing a bunch of work trying to swap the 3-valve over into it, and then we found some detrimental failure points.
Some not good issues.
What was it, like 37 inches of Bondo?
It was pretty thick, but I don't think it was 37 inches.
It was quite a bit. I mean, it was every bit that. I mean, it was pretty thick.
So then he bought another.
So then I bought the 82. Of course, you guys know I did a bunch of work to that thing, and found a bunch of rust in it, a bunch of hidden rust, a bunch of other things, where they'd cut the center support out of the roof, put a sunroof in it, and then realized that they cut the hole too big. So then what did they do? They glue it in with weather stripping or window adhesive. So finding all that, and then we did find some actual structure damage where the the drive shaft tunnel comes up to where the rear seat goes. That was actually cracked all the way across there.
We welded that back together.
We welded it up, but it was
still not
never
strong.
it was never strong. The car always had wheel hop real bad, so if you ever tried to accelerate with it, it would jump sideways and the whole car would just shake all the time.
And
I mean,
then
there was really nothing we could do with it.
we also found some not so good issues in the A-pillar area.
Yeah, A-pillar, and then all the way around the windshield was just pitted. So finding all that, and of course seeing what it was going to cost to fix it, we thought about doing the cart thing with it, and then I kind of got, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I got a little disgusted with it, and I got, what's the word? Bored with it, I guess. I just decided that that wasn't for me, and I didn't want to do that, so did something else. And actually got the battery died, so that's why I keep extras, because you never know. Oh, and I'm not sponsored by Mellow Yellow, but if you guys want to send us a case, that's cool too. Anyway.
Hey, if you want to send us some merch, I like Mellow Yellow.
Yeah. So let me show you what I did.
Ooh. So what we got here, Mike?
So this is a 1995 SN95. And no, it is not a 4.6. This is a pushrod engine, so it does have the 5.0.
The last year of the push rod. Ooh, it's got some nice wheels on it already.
Got the American Racing FR500 replicas on it.
It's got some pretty decent paint.
Really the only detrimental parts of the paint are the bad spots, I guess. I like using big words sometimes. If you guys look, it's got a little clear coat peel here, but I'm thinking we might be able to wet sand that.
Yeah, we might be able to get some of
maybe
that.
blend that in.
Put a little bit more clear on it or something.
Everybody's gonna hate me because.
Uh-oh, is that the boo-boo bus?
Okay, sorry about that. So
Yeah, the boo-boo bus is a little loud.
the ambulance go by. So yeah, so it's got some clear coat peel in here. It's got a little clear coat cracking here. So I had two options, guys. So I've been looking for a while for a Mustang. In our area, there's a lot of Mustangs in our area, but there's
a lot of clapped out Mustangs.
the problem with the cars around here are one. Okay, well, let's just break it down like this: the ones that are affordable within a decent price range, so let's say anywhere between $2,500 and $5,000, somewhere in there, are beat all to pieces. They're just dented up, or
They're literally clapped out.
all the wheels are different size wheels or different, brand of wheels. They're junk. I even looked at some new edges, but as I was getting into the new edge stuff and got to digging through there, I started finding $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 cars. And it really wasn't in my budget at the time. So local, I found another SN. It was a red one. It was about the same color of Craig's car.
Nobody likes that red.
But it was a V6. It was a manual, so it had the 3.8 manual transmission. And the idea with that one was to take the engine out of the Fox body, 5.0 out of that one, get a K member out of a 95 SN, and then an 8.8 rear end, and do a swap on the V6. And I had actually went to the bank and pulled the money out and was actually going to meet the guy, had already talked to the guy, was going to meet him today as a matter of fact. And then this one popped up. V8, manual. Of course, it comes with the 8.8 rear end, so I don't have to swap anything. AC works. Here's the downside. The only thing that we found so far that it's not kosher on is the second car I bought that has a blow head gasket.
Was the first one you didn't buy? You actually traded for it.
Well, that's right. Well, the second SN I've had this. I've had like 4of these. But it was, yeah, anyway.
We had a really
it was
quick.
a 4.6 car.
We had a really quick 4.6 SN, and I told him not to ever get rid of it, and he ended up trading it for a junk Fox body, and he kind of regretted it ever since. So then he decided to try Fox bodies for a little while, and obviously, like he said, he had some bad luck, and now he's went back to an SN.
So.
Except at least this one's got a push rod in it.
I haven't had a chance to clean it. So like I said, we literally went and drove. So we drove it was 4 hours and 20 minutes one way. So we went from here around Huntsville, Alabama, and we drove all the way to, it's called Red Level, Alabama, which is down, it's down past Montgomery, Alabama. So it's like 4 hours and 20-minute drive. Went down there with my truck and a trailer and picked it up and drug it home. So I did a 9-hour round trip today already. So I hadn't had a chance to clean it out, but bring them in and let them see it. So other than it just being really dirty.
It's really dirty right now. Just don't mind the dirtiness.
Cloth seats. Something I do like is the fact that it has manual roll-ups.
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
So this car here didn't have any power options as far as I know.
Except
it doesn't
for
have.
mirrors.
It has power mirrors. It doesn't have power door locks, power windows. It doesn't even have an electronic trunk release. So you have to do it manually with the key. But yeah.
I mean, it's pretty clean. It just needs cleaned out a little bit.
It needs to be vacuumed.
And some of the things that we were already talking about changing is this switch up here is for the fans. For what reason, we don't know. It's got.
I'm assuming they installed the fan because of the heating problem they had. So, yeah.
Yeah, the fan, I mean, I don't.
Hey, check this out. Is that
a rainbow charge cable?
No, that's a Bud Light charge cable.
Oh, yeah, we don't like those. But yeah, like Mike said, he's got
the back seats are nice and clean.
Like Mike said, he's got to clean it out a little bit. The back seats do look pretty good.
Pop the hood?
Pop the hood?
Pop the hood.
Pop the hood.
Pop the hood.
We pop the hood.
I'm gonna do it.
We're gonna pop the hood. What we got, Miles?
Fast.
Fast. Hey, like Mike was saying, sorry about the loud truck.
Yeah, but
This is Hazel Green. I mean.
Hazel Green Squatters.
Yeah, what Miles said. Anyway,
so
as we already got some headers. We got some headers.
So it came with BBK headers, cold air intake for what that's worth. We all know how those actually. Yeah. That one's actually in the fender, so it's not
cold air intake
in the engine base. So
but it's still cold air intake.
I mean, it's colder than it is if it's in. Anyway. Really not much to say. He put a new water pump on it, new thermostat in it. It's still getting hot. When we ran it for a little while, we noticed that this hose here is really tight.
We think it's got a bloated head gasket, basically.
I'm pretty sure it has a bloated head gasket, which is not that big a deal. So the idea here is to take the engine out of the old Fox, which has been completely gone through. Swap the intakes and stuff it in here. You want to start? Do we want to start it up?
You want to
fire it up? Let them hear it?
All right, we'll fire it up.
We'll
Hold on just a second. Look at him smiling.
Got one of them hog ass cans in it.
So it really does have a big cam in it. We don't know what one.
And it has a really extensive muffler delete, as you can hear.
Yeah, it's pretty loud. Give it a rev.
Give it a pop.
Give it a rev.
Give it a pop. It's loud.
It do be a little loud.
I'm not sure what cam is in this thing, but I like it.
Oh, hey. You know one thing we ain't talked about? My car got new exhaust too.
Oh yeah, so we can fire your car and let them hear that one. So Craig has handed me off the camera. And we're gonna...
Sorry for the swapsies.
Yeah, the swapsies. So we're gonna let you hear what Craig's car sounds like here real quick.
Shake the shifter 10 times.
You got, yeah, no, it's 22 times.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah. There you go. That's accurate. I smell gas. She's getting all the fuel now. Sorry, but there's nothing that makes you smile more than listening to a cam car.
I agree.
So much quieter.
So, we actually had a whole new exhaust run. It's off the headers into a custom X-pipe and into oval magnum flow mufflers and then of course into the 3-inch tailpipes. And I love the way it sounds. I've been looking for this sound the whole time I've owned this car and I finally found it.
So when he first got it done, it had it dumped at the axles.
Oh, it's loud.
And the guy that he took it to said he couldn't put the tailpipes on it.
Like on one of them.
Yeah, so he ended up taking them somewhere else and had that done. And after they put the tips on it, or the tailpipes on it, it really changed the whole way this car sounds. Like it's a deep tone. The camera's probably not gonna pick it up and do it justice, but it's pretty awesome.
What you think about that cam?
Chop. It ain't no cam, that's a chopstick.
That ain't no chopstick. It's baby cam.
Little 280, 289.
It's a stock 289 with a little cam in it. Don't listen to what I said 331 earlier.
So, all right, guys. So what you think? Which one you like better, the SN or the Fox Body? I know everybody's gonna say Fox Body because I got a Fox Body shirt on, and I like the Fox Bodies too. Just
Not had bad luck out of them.
Really bad luck. So got me a new project car. Miles wants to be in the. So anyway, so yeah, look for some more videos to come. Sorry we've been gone for so long and not really done anything, and
Sorry for the hiatus.
yeah. So well, hopefully we can get some more videos coming, and
Like I said,
we are definitely going to try to make it to Ford Takeover this year.
Whether that car goes or not. We don't
Whether
know.
that car goes or not, we're still going to try to make it. So that's one of our goals this year. I would really like to have that one swapped over. I got about a month left to do that. Well, no,
A little over a month.
a little over a month and a half now. So if I get started on it, I might have it ready by then.
Hope so.
Yeah, so thanks for all the support, all the guys that stayed subscribed while we've been not making videos. Like and subscribe if you haven't, share it with your friends, and then yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. Take care.